why diving into the biochemical markers and interpreting the blood test results might be life-changing and mind-blowing action. Let me show you now a case study of Jane that was suffering with fatigue, sleep issues. She actually didn't have her menstrual cycle for 7 years. She had adult acne on her face, on her chest, and on her back. Every single day trying to mask it. The quality of her hair wasn't good enough. And despite eating healthily and doing Pilates every single day, meditating, she didn't know what was the root cause. We found it. That was such a simple thing that no doctor for the years could discover. And you can do exactly the same. If you have your blood tests and you follow it, maybe you will be able to uncover what is holding you back from achieving what you really want. So first I educated Jane about the endocrine system, that it's not only the thyroid gland and the ovaries, but it's also the adrenal glands and the hypothalamus and pituitary gland. And I told her all about the hormone yoga therapy. That's not what she wanted to hear. She wanted to know what is her issue and how can she get a regular menstrual cycle. So let's dive in. I told her, because she has only basic health insurance in Switzerland, and sometimes going to the doctor, it costs you more to pay for the consultation and for the blood tests. So I told her she can cross the border in Basel in France and go to the French laboratory. I gave her even the price list that they have, how much it's going to cost her for these tests, and so she did. And of course, she watched also the video of how to prepare for the blood test and when exactly to go and why. But let me show you what we found. So when she mentioned to me that she has like this fatigue and skin issues and everything, I thought maybe she's tired, maybe she has anemia. So we first checked this panel. So here you can see iron, fer. And you can see that she has actually quite a lot of iron, 20.8. And iron is actually heavy toxic metal, and it can sometimes cause like heavy stomach. It can cause headaches. It can cause fatigue, because we don't want to have free iron in our blood. We want to have storage, ferritin. And this ferritin, sometimes doctor tells you, oh, you are low in iron. It's not that you are low in iron. They checked only ferritin. She is low in ferritin. But why is she low in ferritin? Because she has enough iron and she has enough of the transporter, the taxi driver, that takes iron into ferritin. Because look at it, her transferrin is 2.68, so she has enough. She also eats enough protein. So why is it just not saving in the liver in a form of ferritin? So we looked also at the saturation, and I can see that it's pretty good as well. So it means that the iron knows how to jump into the taxi, but it's for some reason not taken into ferritin. So we started digging deeper. Very often when somebody has acne and is tired, maybe has increased CRP, which is a C-reactive protein that is a silent inflammation. Does she have any inflammation somewhere? But no, look, the tests show that she has less than 1. And let's say from 5, we would be talking about some inflammation in the body, cardiovascular disease, leaky gut, and so on. But no problem at all in here. So then the next thing is the thyroid. What's happening with the thyroid? Thyroid gland is the most important messenger that gives permission to sex hormones and the immune system to function properly. It's responsible for the sleep, for the energy, for detoxification, reproduction, you name it. And look at that. Already, the thyroid stimulating hormone that acts based on the negative feedback loop is slightly higher. Yeah, it's still within the range, but I see many, many blood tests every single day. And when I see 2.7, I know that is slightly higher. And then it came. You can see it, it's even highlighted. Her T3 and T4 are extremely low. And what's this? So, the thyroid stimulating hormone noticed that there is not enough of the free iron messengers, the chemical messengers in the blood that they're supposed to bring the message to the cells and make a change. So why are they not there? And what is the difference? So T4, it means thyroid with 4 iodines. So this 4 is 4 iodines. Iod, right? It's this mineral that we need to build it. So imagine it as a Lego. For Lego, you need all the parts to build something. And then we need tyrosine. It's an amino acid in usually animal products. She's vegan, so she doesn't have enough tyrosine. Well, if the thyroid gland doesn't have enough of the building blocks, which is the amino acid tyrosine, and it doesn't have iodine, well, she cannot build it. Look at that. Here we go. Exactly what I thought. We made also the blood tests for iodine, and you can see she is extremely deficient. So no wonder she couldn't build it, right? Zinc. Why does she have acne, low immune system, and so on? Because she doesn't have enough zinc. And another thing is that she was actually indulging in alcohol. And alcohol, to break it down, we need a dehydrogenase, and that is using zinc. So she depleted all the zinc by trying to detoxify and break down the alcohol, right? So the first thing I told her, no alcohol, even though it was organic red wine, no, not now. Then she also had really high cholesterol levels. You can see 7.33, which on one side, okay, we need steroid hormones as the building blocks for sex hormones, but because she wasn't producing any sex hormones, it was just hanging around. So I told her, all the missing blocks she has, she needs to take 20 milligrams of zinc. She has to separate it from any other minerals, and she needs to take it preferably after lunch. She can take vitamin C because she was also under stress and like detoxifying. So she can take up to 4,000 milligrams because she doesn't suffer from diarrhea, so it's okay. She needs to use vitamin A. She doesn't want to get pregnant, so we don't have to worry about this, and she can take it as a supplement in a GI complex that I recommended to her. And she will take selenium, which is 3 Brazil nuts every single day, and copper, because copper, even though I'm not showing you, she was also low in copper, and copper is needed for the absorption and transportation of the iron into ferritin, and that's what she was low in. But now let's also look at her sex hormones. So she shared with me that she didn't have menstruation for 7 years. So this is called amenorrhea. And why? Because the thyroid gland couldn't send the signals to ovaries to grow the follicles to increase the estradiol. Estradiol is the most potent estrogen in our body. So you can see that she was actually almost menopausal. And she asked, wow, am I really like perimenopausal or menopausal? But I can see that her anti-Müllerian hormone, which is showing the reserve of ovaries, and I can also predict from this number after how many years she will reach the menopause, it's still showing okay. So I know that she can rebalance and restore her menstrual cycle. I also looked at the follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone, and you can see that she's not menopausal because she would be more than 25 of the international units of this, because the brain would be shouting, screaming, sending the signal to the ovaries. So it wasn't her problem. But I can see that she had a health issues and the skin issues because she doesn't have enough progesterone. Progesterone is one of the most important hormones. It's almost like a pregnancy hormone. It's making us flourish, and it's anti-inflammatory. And it's helping to utilize the fat as a fuel. It's preparing for this pregnancy. It makes beautiful hair and skin. And look at her levels. She was so low. She was actually almost, not saying that, but almost menopausal in this way. If you want to know what everything she has done, which supplements she took, you maybe want to join one of the workshops where I will share the happy end